Welcome to my guide to every one of 120 winners of the Nobel Prize for Literature. This is day 7. After today, I'm going to go to weekly videos covering 7 winners in each video. And in this video, I look at the 1906 winner of the Nobel Prize, Giosuè Carducci. We've been learning a lot about the cultural history of the world through looking at this particular lens of the Nobel Prize for Literature. We've seen cultural nationalists, we've seen old world European classicists win the prize, and we've seen the great powers of Europe share the prize amongst them. France, Germany, Poland, and today we look at Italy. Italy, which in 1906 had only been a unified national state for roughly 50 years. Italy only formed together as a unified national state in 1861. And Giosuè Carducci, the winner of the Nobel Prize in 1906, was the national poet of this new rising nation. Like the 1903 winner, Bjornson, like Sienkiewicz in his novels about historic Poland, again, cultural nationalism was rewarded in the Nobel Prize for Literature. His commendation read that not only that he was awarded the prize, not only in consideration of his deep learning and critical research, but above all as a tribute to the creative energy, freshness of style, and lyrical force which characterise his poetic masterpieces. Like Mommsen, the 1902 winner, the historian, Carducci was under the spell of Rome and the Italian Renaissance and the classical world. And he was very much a pre-modernist. Like Bjornson and Etchegara, he used his literary skills in the service of a liberal political ethos, in part inspired by the founders of the Italian Republic, and in part inspired by the American Democratic Revolution of the late 18th century. And given the dominant role of the Roman Catholic Church in Italy, he was also a fierce critic of the Church and its conservative influence on society. His early poetry included a hymn to Satan that was a deliberate provocation of the Church and would be widely used within the popular leftist press for a decade or more. However, over time he became more of an establishment figure and more monarchical in his politics, and was even appointed to the Roman Senate, the Italian Senate rather, by the King of Italy in the 1890s. He wrote sonnets and poems to Dante and Petrarch and Homer and other Italian and classical Mediterranean poets. And he constructed a sense of a national identity through this literary past. And so he became that strange cultural phenomenon of the late 19th, early 20th century, a phenomenon that doesn't really still exist, the national poet. Some say his best poetry was later in life in his collections New Rhymes or Rime Nuove and Odi Barbari, Barbarian Odes. And it's from Barbarian Odes that this poem, Snowfall, comes, written in 1881. A light snow falls through an ashy sky. From the city no sounds rise up, no human cries. Not the grocer's call or the ruckus of his cart, no light-hearted song of being young and in love. From the tower in the piazza, the quinsied hours moan, sighing as if from a world far off. Flocks of birds beat against the misted glass. Ghosts of friends returned, peering in, calling to me. Soon, oh my dears, soon, peace, indomitable heart, I will sift down to silence in shadow rest. Critics today often see Carducci as an old-school nationalist with a limited vision of Italian literature. That was in many ways tied to his invention of national Italian cultural and political identity. Yet, in a way, Carducci also, in his favour, gave Italians a past of which they could be proud in their new nation, and justified aspirations of unity and even aggrandisement as the Italian educated elite moved to even more ambitious ideas about the role of Italy in Europe, in the world after World War I. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, the Burning Archive channel, and subscribe to my Substack at jeffrich.substack.com, where you'll get even more details about every single one of the 120 winners of the Nobel Prize for Literature and find a unique perspective into the cultural history of the multipolar world through this lens. And make sure to check back for my next video, which will start with Rudyard Kipling in 1907 and end with Rabindranath Tagore in 1913. Thanks for watching.